Know what it is. ATK, NBA trade, y'all know what's going on. Hold on. This family. Hold on. What about Young and Ace? Crazy as no. Young and Ace just got caught trying to slime out the slime. And when his plan was exposed, he tried to call up 4K trade members and cop pleas. Behind his public persona of loyalty and brotherhood, Ace was running an operation that could have ended with one of the biggest betrayals in hip-hop history. The shocking truth behind what brought this situation to light is darker than anyone imagined, and we're about to reveal it all. Yo, what's good, fam? We're about to dive deep into some real street drama that's been shaking up the hip-hop community. This ain't just about rap beef or industry politics. This is about loyalty, betrayal, and a man who might have been playing chess while everybody thought he was playing checkers. Now, before we get into this wild ride, let me keep it 100 with y'all. The internet been buzzing about Young and Ace and NBA YoungBoy, with fans seeing clips of Ace on FaceTime with 4K Trey members laughing and kicking it like they've been homies forever. But yo, we about to separate the fact from the fiction, the real from fake. Because what's really going on is way more calculated than what meets the eye. That's the year that changed everything for Young and Ace. This Jacksonville rapper was coming up in the game, making noise with his raw storytelling and authentic street perspective. But on that fateful night, when Ace got shot and lost 3 of his homies, plus his brother, the first person to reach out and check on him wasn't somebody from the city. It was NBA YoungBoy. That's right, YB was the first rapper to call Ace after that tragedy, showing love when Ace needed it most. Now, hold up before y'all start thinking this was just some industry courtesy call. This was real brotherhood being formed in a moment of pain. YB didn't have to do that. He could have just sent condolences through social media, like everybody else. But he picked up that phone personally. But here's where it gets real spicy. Because that bond that was supposed to be unbreakable, it might have been a long con from the jump. So check it. After that phone call, Young and Ace and NBA YoungBoy developed a genuine friendship. They wasn't just industry acquaintances. They was really rocking with each other. Ace would go to the A just to kick it with YB. They'd hit the club together, play basketball, and YB even pulled up to Ace's birthday when nobody else did. In an interview with DJ Mix, Ace broke down how their friendship really developed. He said, "When I first met him, he came in like, 'What's up, Ace?' We had a show. I had a shirt with his homie on it. He came in like, 'What's up, Ace?' And we just clicked from there." Ace went on to explain how they talk on the phone every day, sharing their goals and dreams, building that brotherhood that seemed unshakable. But yo, this is where the story gets deeper than just 2 rappers being cool. See, while Ace was building with YB, he was also getting real tight with another Louisiana rapper, Jada Young. Now, at the time, there was no beef between Jay and YB. They was both from Louisiana, both making noise in the game, and everything was peaceful. Ace was the bridge between them. Cool with both sides, and nobody saw no problem with that. The real kicker, though, Ace and Jay became real close, like brothers type close. They was talking every day, making music together, and building a genuine friendship that went beyond the industry. For y'all who might not understand how deep these rap relationships can get, let me explain. In hip-hop, especially when you come from the streets, your circle is everything. When you let somebody in, you're not just making a friend, you're making family. And that's what Ace and Jay had. Now, this ain't just about friendship and loyalty. This is about how one situation can create a domino effect that changes everything. And that situation, it started with a leaked verse and a troll playing games. Here's what happened. Jada Young got sent a leaked verse from NBA YoungBoy by somebody pretending to be from YB's team. Jay, thinking this was legit, got excited about the collaboration and started telling people he had a song with NBA YoungBoy coming soon. He even teased it on social media, hyping up the fans about this Louisiana connection. But here's where it gets interesting. When NBA YoungBoy found out about this, he didn't take it as a misunderstanding or a mistake. He felt disrespected. YB took to Twitter and went off on Jay, making it clear that there was no collaboration, no song, and no love between them. The street's been talking about how YB felt like Jay was trying to use his name for clout, and that's something YB don't play about. Real talk, that Twitter exchange got nasty. YB was letting Jay know that he wasn't rocking with him, and Jay, being the type of dude he was, wasn't backing down. The beef escalated quick, and what started as a misunderstanding turned into full-blown war. But yo, this is where Jay took it to another level that you just don't come back from. Jay ended up sleeping with one of NBA YoungBoy's baby mothers, K. Marie, and then bragged about it on social media. Let that sink in for a minute in the streets. In the culture, that's one of the ultimate violations. You don't mess with another man's baby mother, and you definitely don't brag about it. Jay took to his Instagram story writing, "Yeah, I Janaea 23 and 4K Trey, it's 23. He even posted in small text, "You faking now? I just beat that up last night." That's some real disrespectful type timing right there. For those who know the culture, this wasn't just about a woman. This was about respect, territory, and sending a message that Jay wasn't scared of YB or his reputation. The tweets that followed were wild. BBG Baby Joe, one of YB's close associates, called Jay a clown. Jay responded telling him to get his bomb ass on. Then NBA Kid jumped in tweeting about how Jay wants to talk stuff when his brother goes to jail, calling out 23AP Little Boy and whoever else. The whole 4K Trey camp was on Jay's head, and the beef was official. Now let's talk about where Young and Ace fits into all this mess. Remember, Ace was cool with both YB and Jay. But when Jay and YB started beefing, Jay expected Ace to pick a side, his side. In the hood, we know that when your homie got beef, you got beef. That's the code. But Ace was in a tough position because YB had been there for him during his darkest moment. In that same DJ Mix interview, Ace opened up about his relationship with Jay before he passed. He said, "What was you and Jay in turmoil about before he died? I really don't want to say this, but I know that YoungBoy kind of took a toll on us. He ain't wanting to get in it. You know, you got a brother. It's like, damn, you're my brother, but you ain't got my back, though." Really? Both of y'all my brothers, though. It was just some bull we could have just talked about. Both had some little arrogance going on. He waiting on me to call him. I'm waiting on him to call me. I ain't calling. He gonna call, and he on the same type of time. But it was some both. That's some real pain right there. Ace was caught between two brothers, and his loyalty to YB cost him his friendship with Jay. They stopped talking, stopped seeing eye to eye, and the world didn't even know because they kept it off the internet. Ace said he was still talking to all of Jay's homeboys, and Jay was still talking to all of Ace's homeboys, but the two of them, radio silence. The real tragedy is that they never got to squash it. Jay was killed before they could work it out, and Ace has to live with that regret. At Jay's funeral, Ace said he didn't even look at the casket because he didn't want that to be the last time he saw his brother's face. That's some heavy stuff that shows how much love was really there, even through the beef. But here's where we got to address the elephant in the room. While Ace was dealing with losing Jay and regretting how things ended, he was also real tight with another one of YB's ops, King Von. Now, Von and YB have been beefing for a minute, with the whole Chicago versus Louisiana tension playing out in the streets and on social media. Fans started seeing Ace as someone who was playing both sides trying to be cool with YB, while his homies Jay and Van were both at war with the same man. For y'all who might not understand the politics of the situation, let me explain. In hip-hop, especially in street rap, your associations matter. Who you're cool with, who you make music with, who you're seen with, all of that sends a message. When you're friends with people who are beefing with each other, you're walking a tightrope. One wrong move, one wrong statement, and you can lose everything. Ace was in that position, but he kept trying to maintain relationships on both sides. Some people saw that as him being mature and not want to get involved in beef that wasn't his. Other people saw it as him being disloyal, trying to play both sides for his own benefit. And now with everything that's come to light, people are starting to wonder if there was a more sinister motive behind Ace's actions. The real tea that got everybody shook is this. Ace's music ain't been hitting like it used to. His last project was solid. I'll give him that. But the numbers ain't what they used to be. The views are down. The buzz is quieter. And in an industry where relevance is everything, Ace needed something to get him back in the conversation. And what better way to do that than to align himself with one of the hottest rappers in the game, NBA YoungBoy. But here's where it gets real suspicious. After Jay died, after Van died, Ace started making moves to get closer to YB and the 4K Trey camp. And I'm not talking about just being cool. I'm talking about actively reaching out, trying to build relationships with YB's team and positioning himself as someone who wants to be part of that circle. The viral clip that got everybody talking shows Ace on FaceTime with NBA Ben 10, one of YB's close associates. I know what it is. ATK NBA trade. Y'all know what's going on in this family. Hold on. What about Young and Era's no? They're laughing, joking, talking like they've been homies forever. Ben 10 is telling Ace to send him music, and Ace is acting all nervous and caught off guard like he wasn't expecting to be put on the spot. The whole interaction seemed forced, like Ace was trying too hard to prove he belonged in that conversation. Now, let's talk about what this looks like from the outside. You got a rapper who was cool with two of YB's biggest ops, Jay and Vaughn, both of whom are now dead. You got that same rapper struggling with his music career, needing a boost to stay relevant. And you got that rapper suddenly trying real hard to get close to YB and his team, calling up members, getting on FaceTime, and acting like everything is all love. The streets are saying this looks like a backdoor situation. And honestly, fam, I can see why. A backdoor, for those who don't know, is when someone pretends to be your friend to get close to you only to set you up for something bad later. It's one of the most cowardly moves you can make, and in the streets, it's unforgivable. So, let's break down the theory that's got everybody talking. What if Ace is trying to get close to YB? Not because he genuinely wants to be cool, but because he wants to use YB for clout. What if the plan is to get in good with YB? Make some music together, get that boost his career, and then when the time is right, flip on him. What if this is all about revenge for Jay and Vaughn? Now, I know that sounds wild, but let's look at the evidence. Ace was real close with both Jay and Vaughn. He's publicly stated that he regrets how things ended with Jay, that he wishes they could have talked and worked it out. That's the kind of guilt that can eat at a person, make them want to do something to make it right. And in the streets, making it right often means getting revenge on the person who caused the problem in the first place. Vaughn is gone, too, and Ace was cool with him. Vaughn and YB had real beef, the kind that doesn't just go away because someone dies. The people who loved Vaughn, who were loyal to him, they still carry that energy. And if Ace was really as close to Vaughn as people say, then he's carrying that energy too. The real kicker, though, and this is what makes the theory believable, is the timing. Ace didn't start trying to get close to YB until after Jay and Van were gone. When they were alive, Ace was content to be cool with everybody, not picking sides, not getting too deep with any one camp. But now that they're gone, now that there's no one to question his loyalty or call him out for being on both sides, Ace is making his move. And let's not forget about the Queso situation. Queso's dad came out and said that Ace didn't pay for Queso's lawyer like he claimed. There was a whole back and forth with Ace showing paperwork, saying he almost went broke paying for the lawyer. But the damage was done. People started questioning whether Ace was really as loyal as he portrayed himself to be, whether he was really about his homies or just about his image. That situation showed that Ace is willing to control narratives, to present himself in a certain way, even if the truth is more complicated. And if he's willing to do that with Queso, what's stopping him from doing it with YB? Now, this is where we got to address the actual evidence of what's going on. That FaceTime call with Ben 10 wasn't just a casual conversation between friends. If you watch it closely, you can see Ace is nervous. He's stumbling over his words, acting like he wasn't ready for call, like he got caught doing something he shouldn't be doing. Ben is telling him, "You got the phone, man. I don't know what you need. Bro. Radio. You put the radio down, and then rock out." Ace responds, "No song, bro." Then Ben 10 says, "You supposed to send me a song. Bro, send me the song right now." "Man, I already know we the originals. What's up? What I send you about?" And Ace, all flustered, says, "Oh, you want to send you something? I can send it." That whole exchange is weird, fam. If Ace and Ben 10 were really cool like that, if this was a genuine friendship, why would Ace be so caught off guard? Why would he act like he didn't know what Ben 10 was talking about? It looks like Ace was trying to build a relationship, trying to get him good, and Ben 10 was testing him to see if he was really about it. And here's the thing. When you're trying to backdoor someone, you have to play the long game. You can't just show up and immediately start causing problems. You have to build trust, make people believe you're genuine, and then when they let their guard down, that's when you make your move. That's exactly what this looks like. The fans see it, too. The comments on that video are full of people calling Ace out, saying he's being disloyal to Jay's memory, saying he's a snake for trying to be cool with the same people Jay was beefing with. One comment said, "I just know Jay Young is looking down, shaking his head at his so-called main man kicking it with his top ops." Another said, "All that D, riding would change YB's mind because Buddy was on a call kicking it with 4K Trey crash dummies." Real talk, the optics are bad. Even if Ace's intentions are pure, even if he genuinely just wants to squash beef and be cool with everybody, it looks suspicious. And in the streets, perception is reality. If people think you're moving funny, then you're moving funny, regardless of what your actual intentions are. At the end of the day, Young and Ace's situation isn't just about loyalty or beef or industry politics. It's about the consequences of trying to play both sides, about the weight of guilt and regret, and about how desperation can make people do things they never thought they would do. Ace lost two close friends, Jay and Van, and both of them had beef with the same person. That's not a coincidence. That's a pattern. And now Ace is trying to get close to that same person, trying to build a relationship with someone his dead homie's considered an enemy. Whether that's because he genuinely wants peace, because he needs a career boost, or because he's planning something more sinister, we don't know for sure. But what we do know is that it looks bad, it feels wrong, and the streets are watching. For those who know the culture, this is bigger than just Ace and YB. This is about the code, about what it means to be loyal, about what happens when you try to have it both ways. You can't be everybody's friend when everybody's at war. Eventually, you have to pick a side. And when you do, you have to live with the consequences. The street's been talking, and what they're saying ain't good for Young and Ace. Whether he can change that narrative, or whether this is the beginning of the end for his career and his reputation, only time will tell. But one thing's for certain, the culture don't forget, and the culture don't forgive betrayal. What are your thoughts on Young and Ace's situation and his future? Do you think he's really trying to backdoor YB, or is this all just a misunderstanding blown out of proportion? Share your thoughts in the comments, and make sure you check out the other videos on screen for more hip-hop drama and street politics that's shaking up the game. Stay safe out there. Keep your circle tight. And remember, in this game, your word and your loyalty are all you got. Once you lose that, you lose everything.